Compassion Now Network for All, in short, CNN for All, Urbana, Illinois, USA.
And Bethel House of Refuge, Muhammad, Illinois, USA, presents this week's breaking news in wellness and health for all people and all professionals. Welcome. I am the Pete of Dr. Z of Pete. This is, of course, Dr. Z. I'm presently the CEO of Bethel House of Refuge in Muhammad. Formerly, I was executive director of a prison ministry in this area, and previous to that, owner-operator of a commercial construction company operating in the central Illinois area. So I've done a lot of stuff. This is my good friend, distinguished co-host, Dr. Alex Rama Zachariah. He's a medical guy. Doc is also a professor and CEO of CNN for All. Recently, Doc was a medical officer, the chief medical officer, medical director of Provena, now Presence United Samaritan Medical Center in Danville, Illinois, in 2008 and partially in 2009. Prior to that, he was dean of one of the top 12 medical schools out of 300 plus medical schools in India, Christian Medical College, Ludhiana, India. Doc and his wife Prema, also a retired physician and professor, specialized in maternal and child health care. They spent 43 years at the Christian Medical Center in Ludhiana, first as medical students and then as faculty until retiring in the year 2000, and they now reside in Urbana, Illinois, where they've been since 2005. Doc, you bring a lot of expertise and a wonderful resume. I'm privileged to have you as my co-host with Breaking News in Wellness and Health. I need you to tell the folks what we're about here.
Please note, this is not medical advice. We are glad you're watching it. This is for your information only. Do not change your treatment based on this info. You may mention this to your physician, and you may even ask your physician and your friends.
Oh yeah, this is information, and we're glad to give it to you, but it's not medical advice. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, ask your physician to watch. And if you need to communicate with us, you can do it by email at breakingnews@cnn4all.com, and you can write to us at
Breaking News, CNN for All, P.O. Box 17494, Urbana 61803, USA.
Let's get right to the breaking news, Doc. Soft drinks linked to behavioral problems in young children. Who knew? Huh? Americans buy more soft drinks per capita than people in any other country. These drinks are consumed by individuals of all ages, including very young children. Although soft drink consumption is associated with aggression, depression, and suicidal thoughts in adolescence, the relationship had not been evaluated in younger children.
Yes, younger than adolescents. A study to be published in the Journal of Pediatrics from Columbia University's Mailman School of Public Health, University of Vermont, and the Harvard School of Public Health assessed approximately 3,000 5-year-old children. The study followed mother-child pairs from 20 large U.S. cities. Mothers reported their children's soft drink consumption and their child's behavior during the previous 2 months. The researchers found that 43% of the children consumed at least one serving of soft drinks per day, and 4% consumed 4 or more.
Oh my goodness, way high. Children who drank 4 or more soft drinks per day were more than twice as likely to destroy things belonging to others, get into fights, and physically attack people. That's the aggressive part of it. They also had increased attention problems and withdrawal behavior compared with those who did not consume soft drinks. That's the depression part of it. The study found that the child's aggressive behavior score increased with every increase in soft drink servings per day. You need to get away from the soft drinks parents, get them fruit juice and water, real fruit juice, not that phony sugar-laden stuff. Children of obese mothers are at greater risk of early heart death as adults. Children of obese and overweight women have a higher risk of earlier cardiovascular death as adults, and that's a finding in a new study, Doc.
Reynolds and team published their findings in British Medical Journal this month, August 2013, using birth and death records from 1950 to the present day. A team of researchers in Scotland identified 28,000 women whose body mass index was recorded at their first antenatal visit and their 37,000 offsprings. Among the mothers, 21% were overweight and 4% were obese. Among the 37,000 offspring, there were 6,500 deaths. The researchers found 35% increased risk of premature death in the adult offspring of obese mothers.
I got a question. Do you think the findings are correlated with behavior or consumption, or both?
This is just the finding with the cardiovascular incident.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The findings are a major public health concern and indicate that the offspring of obese mothers are at a high risk group and should be assessed for cardiovascular risk and actively encouraged to maintain a more healthy lifestyle. Good news and good advice. Oh, check this out, Doc. Watermelon juice relieves post-exercise muscle soreness. Watermelon juice's reputation among athletes is getting a scientific boost in a new study which found that juice from the summer favorite fruit can relieve post-exercise muscle soreness. Good news for all you exercise junkies. The report in the Journal of Agriculture and Food Chemistry published this month, August 2013, attributes watermelon's effect to the amino acid L-citrulline.
Past research on watermelon juice's antioxidant properties and its potential to increase muscle protein and enhance athletic performance, there were good reports. But scientists had yet to explore the effectiveness of watermelon juice drinks enriched with L-citrulline. The study tested natural watermelon juice enriched in L-citrulline, and a control drink containing no citrulline on volunteers an hour before exercise. Both the natural juice and the juice enriched with relieved muscle soreness in the volunteers.
That's exercise news. That's great news, too. Get your watermelon before going to pump iron. Good idea.
And even after.
Right. Oh, hey, guess what, Doc? We've got some breaking news that involves famous people.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it says from Oprah
Yes.
to Einstein, famous faces may help spot early dementia. A new study suggests that simple tests that measure the ability to recognize and name famous people such as Albert Einstein, Bill Gates, or Oprah Winfrey may help doctors identify early dementia in those 40 to 65 years of age.
So that would be help in this early diagnosis. The research appears in this month, August 13, 2013, print issue of Neurology, the medical journal of the American Academy of Neurology. Researchers found that the people who had early onset dementia performed significantly worse on the test, scoring an average of 79% in recognition of famous faces, 46% in naming the faces, compared to 97% in recognition and 93% on naming for those free of dementia.
Oh my goodness, that's a substantial increase. The study also found that people who had trouble putting names to the faces were more likely to have a loss of brain tissue in the left temporal lobe of the brain, while those with trouble recognizing the faces had tissue loss on both sides of the temporal lobe.
There is a loss of brain tissue, as you know, as it goes by. All right.
My goodness, man. That means that those things you should practice. Keep your mind alert and functioning, you know, so that you don't have that issue. At 75, would Popeye still be able to take on Bluto? If Popeye were to age naturally like the rest of us, he would need more than just big muscles to stay independent during his senior years. When it comes to muscles and aging, the important thing is quality and not quantity.
quality and not quantity.
Yes.
The study was published in the Journal of the American Medical Directors Association, August 2013. The study looked at the relationship between functional independence and muscle mass and quality in over 1,200 healthy women aged 75 and older. It should be noted that these results are applicable to men's health as well. The analysis showed that women who maintain better muscle quality, the ratio of strength to muscle mass, also had a better functional reserves, which help people maintain independence.
Yeah, it seems like that. Women with lower muscle quality had 3 to 6 times higher risk of developing functional impairments, e.g. difficulty walking, getting up from a chair. I mean, how simple is that? Or climbing the stairs. So it really means that in the elder physical activity programs, there should be a targeting resistance and power and not simply a gain in muscle mass. Popeye should take heed. So should we. It's not what you got. It's do what you need with what you have. Get them proficiency. And Doc, you got a health song for us again?
Yes,
right,
and you are joining us.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, eat more. Yes, eat more.
I thought we were supposed to be managing obesity here. What do you mean eat more?
More of veggies, whole grains, fruits.
Fruit.
Say nuts on nuts.
I can do nuts on nuts.
Eat more. Yes, eat more. More of veggies.
Veggies.
Yes.
Whole grains.
Whole grains, fruits. Go nuts on nuts. Exercise more. Walk, jog, run, bike. Treadmill, elliptical. Till soaked in sweat.
I'm for soaked in sweat.
Exercise more. Walk, jog, run, bike. Treadmill, elliptical. Till soaked in sweat.
Okay, so eat more, right?
Oh no, eat less. Yes, eat less. Less of fried food, starch, sugar. Say no to soda pops. Eat less.
Eat less, yep, eat less.
Yes, eat less. Less of fried food, starch, sugar. Say no to soda pops.
All right.
Exercise more. 5 times a week. Half hour or more. Till soaked in sweat. Exercise more. 5 times a week. Half hour or more.
Till
Soaked in
sweat.
sweat.
All right, we're not going out for Pavarotti. We would like to thank you. And we would like to thank Science Daily for all the info that they've given us. Also, the City of Urbana's UPTV production coordinator, Jason Liggett, production intern, Caleb Serpenis, and the UPTV station manager, Jake Schumacher. And we would like to thank you all for watching, and we'll be back soon.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Lefebvre, and this is Johnny. We're working with Best Friends Animal Society to stop the suffering of millions of breeding dogs in puppy mills who supply puppies to pet stores. You can help too, by not adding to the demand for pet store puppies. When searching for your next best friend, do what I did. Adopt. Don't shop. Let a shelter dog like Johnny steal your heart.
Compassion Now Network for All in short, CNN for Urbana, Illinois, USA.
And Bethel House of Refuge, Muhammad, Illinois, presents this week's breaking news in wellness and health for all people and all professionals. Welcome. I'm the Pete of Dr. Z and Pete, and this, of course, is Dr. Z, my distinguished co-host, Dr. Alex Raymond Zachariah. Doc is also a medical professor and the CEO of CNN for All. We'd like to welcome you to breaking news. This is breaking news in wellness and health. Let's get right to it, Doc. School lunch, school starting again, and TV time linked with childhood obesity. Among middle school children, the behaviors most often linked with obesity are school lunch consumption and 2 hours or more of daily TV viewing, according to a new look at the dramatic increase in childhood obesity.
The findings by the University of Michigan Frankel Cardiovascular Center will be published next month in September 2013 issue of Pediatrics. In the studies, 61% of obese boys and 63% of obese girls reported watching television for 2 hours or more hours a day. The study finds a significant association between time spent playing video games and obesity among boys, which has been observed in other studies.
Yes, and those other studies have linked eating school lunch with obesity. Milk consumption seemed to protect girls from obesity. The Project Healthy Schools program is designed to teach 6th graders heart-healthy lifestyles, including, guess what, Doc? Eating more fruits and vegetables, making better beverage choices, that's saying no to soda pop, engaging in 150 minutes of exercise per week, eating less fast foods, less fatty foods, plus reducing the time spent in front of computer and video game screens, vegging out. Exercise, 150 minutes per week for these kids. They've got to get up and get with it. Parents, you've got to enforce it. Are you tired, moody, and pregnant? Exercise may be the answer, and it may improve the mood of pregnant women and help to reduce levels of fatigue. That's great news.
This new research is published in Psychology and Health, August 2013. The study at the University of Western Ontario examined whether a 4-week exercise intervention program would result in improvements in psychological well-being of previously inactive pregnant women. The results were clear, with participants reporting significant improvements in their mood during the program.
Boy, mood improvement is actually quite helpful. They also saw reduced levels of fatigue. That's good news, suggesting that pregnant women should be encouraged to engage in regular exercise to improve both psychological and physical well-being. Results suggest that exercising during pregnancy improves both physical and psychological health, and that means exercising. It's not just working with the other little siblings that you have. It means focusing on exercising the right muscle groups and that. Right, Doc? All right, good news. A glass of milk after eating sugary cereals may prevent cavities. Washing down sugary breakfast cereal with milk after eating reduces plaque acid levels and may prevent damage to tooth enamel that leads to cavities, according to the new research at the University of Illinois at Chicago College of Dentistry.
The research is published in July 2013 issue of the Journal of the American Dental Association. Reports have shown that eating carbohydrates 4 times daily or in quantities greater than 60 grams per person per day increases the risk of cavities. The plaque pH or acidity was measured with a touch microelectrode between the premolar teeth before eating, at 2 and 5 minutes after eating, then 2 to 30 minutes after drinking a liquid. The study results shows that only milk was able to reduce acidity of dental plaque resulting from consuming sugary cereals.
Milk with a pH ranging from 6.4 to 6.7 is considered to be a functional food that fights cavities because it promotes tooth remineralization and inhibits the growth of plaque. That means if you're going to eat sugar smacks, you ought to have a glass of milk ready to go afterward. You don't want cavities. All right, let's keep moving. New guidelines for exercise in children. Again, we're touching on childhood exercise. The guidelines highlight the amount of exercise under 10s should take to reduce the risk of developing cardiovascular disease later in life. 60 to 85 minutes of physical activity is recommended per day, including 20 minutes of vigorous activity, reports a study published in the open access journal BMC Medicine, which means you should be out doing recess and playing hard as opposed to click, click, click on your video.
Yes,
things.
childhood obesity is reaching epidemic proportions, paving the way for a generation of adults prone to ill health and cardiovascular disease. Exercise is well known to reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease, but current guidelines for children are based on youngsters over 10 years old, and it's unclear what would most benefit younger than 10 years children.
All right. The findings refine the previous more generalized guidelines for children, which estimated that kids require around an hour of daily moderate to vigorous exercises to improve health. They're saying you got to do more than that if you're going to reduce obesity and reduce the incidence of vascular disease. Okay, here we go. We're going into some other things. Plain packaging seems to make cigarettes less appealing and increase urgency to quit smoking. Plain packaging for cigarettes seems to make tobacco less appealing and increases the urgency in the smoker to quit smoking, suggest early findings from Australia published in the online journal BMJ Open.
Australia formally introduced plain brown packaging accompanied by graphic health warnings, taking up 3/4 of the front of the pack for all tobacco products in December 2012. So far, Australia is the only country in the world to have done so.
Good job for the Aussies.
Yes.
Yeah, heads up there. The finding that smokers smoking from a plain pack evidence more thought about and priority for quitting than branded pack smokers is important, since the frequency of thoughts about quitting has strong predictive validity in prospective studies for actually making a quit attempt. It means you got to think about it for a while before you actually try it. Doc, you've been visiting with two MDs and they're outside.
Yeah,
why don't you bring them in, because we want to introduce them to our audience. Hey, Doc, I see you got our biofeedback experts back. How you doing, Dr. Yoha? Why don't you introduce them to our folks out there?
Yeah, we'd like to introduce two biofeedback experts. And on my left is Dr. Yoha. Hi, I'm Dr. Yoha. And on my left is Dr. Charles Darwin. Yeah, I'm Dr. Charles Darwin.
Hey, I hear you got a song for us.
You know, we are singing Andes. That's right.
All right.
We are singing Andes.
Why don't you give us a little piece?
Eat more.
Eat more?
Yeah. Yes, eat more.
I thought we were talking about managing obesity that's epidemic.
No, veggies, whole grain, fruits. Go nuts on nuts.
Aha! I'm all for going nuts on nuts.
Eat more. Yes, eat more. More veggies, whole grain, fruits. Go nuts on nuts.
Is that all?
No. Exercise more. Walk, jog, run, bike. Treadmill, elliptical. Yeah.
Till soaked in sweat?
Soaked in sweat.
I'm
That's
for
right.
getting soaked in sweat. We need to be soaked in sweat.
Exercise more. Walk, jog, run, bike. Treadmill, elliptical. Till soaked in sweat.
All right. You still got more, right?
Yeah. Eat less.
Eat less?
Yeah, eat less. Less of fried food, sugar, starch. Say no to soda thought.
Eat less?
Eat less. Yes, eat less. Less of fried food, starch, sugar. Say no to soda thought.
What else? There's something else, isn't there?
Exercise more. Yeah, that's right. Exercise more. 5 times a week. Half hour or more. Till soaked in sweat. That's right. Exercise more.
Five
times a week.
Come on, Johan.
Half hour or more. Till soaked in Sweat.
Sweat. Hey, thanks to our biofeedback experts, Dr. Charles Darwin and Dr. Yoha. We're glad to have you. We're looking forward to having you back. We'd also like to thank Science Daily for all the info that they have provided, breaking news in wellness and health. We also would like to thank the City of Urbana's UPTV production coordinator, Jason Liggett, and his assistant, Ellis, production intern, Caleb Serpenis, and the UPTV station manager, Jake Schumacher. We want to thank you all for watching, and we will be back next week.
And thank you for watching us. That's right. Thank you for watching us.